Herpes Simplex virus, HSV, is a common viral infection that causes HSV1, which is oral herpes, and often that's characterized by cold sores, maybe a fever and some blisters around the mouth and face, and HSV2, which causes genital herpes, and that's characterized by sores around the genital and the rectum. There is a third type called herpes zoster, which is actually the varicella zoster virus. It's known to produce shingles and chickenpox. These are not truly herpes, rather it's caused, as mentioned, by the varicella virus. So we will talk genital herpes, chickenpox and shingles in later videos. Hello, my name is Martine and I love to empower individuals and families to embrace homeopathy as a safe, effective and natural approach to health and wellness. I aim to provide the knowledge, resources and support to help you feel confident using homeopathics at home. HSV, like many viruses, remains dormant in the nerve cells and can reactivate, leading to recurrent outbreaks of sores. I believe each illness, like many things on planet Earth, becomes our teacher creature, and it is up to us to dive into the possibilities of lessons each expression we have guides us towards. So I'd like to kick off by discussing some spiritual and metaphysical characteristics of herpes. Herpes, including cold sores, is often seen as a manifestation of suppressed emotions, unresolved conflicts, or deep-seated fears. It may be the body's response to emotional stress or a signal to address inner turmoil. When emotions are not expressed, they can manifest physically as herpes outbreaks. The virus can be related to a conflict of separation or lack of contact. This may refer to feelings of being ignored, offended, and humiliated. Herpes manifests as a way to repair small skin ulcerations and sensitize the skin for greater contact, thus symbolizing the need to aim to build reconnection in all aspects of your life. There is a huge unexpressed anger in most of my herpes clients with unresolved communication issues. So the need to address what is unsaid or to release pent-up emotions is part of the healing journey. So from a spiritual perspective, herpes can symbolize personal growth, self-acceptance and emotional healing. It offers an opportunity for individuals to explore their inner selves, addressing unresolved issues and embracing their journey with confidence by acknowledging and addressing the underlying emotional and spiritual factors. Both have such a huge self-worth picture to them. And remembering that many of these emotional states lie deep within our lineage lines, so they both come in to teach us and encourage us to heal beyond them. So this is where homeopathy can come into it. And before we begin, if you desire the PDF that goes alongside this video, please just type PDF in the comments. So Cantharis is probably our main remedy, that and Apis that we consider when thinking about an acute, but I have a list of other ones that we definitely need in our kit and you'll use as your differential when deciding which remedy is right for you. So I'll kick off actually with some nat mur. The nat mur picture is often reserved and introverted and really sensitive individuals that will definitely suppress their emotions, keeping things on the inside. They have a difficulty in expressing their emotions and often dwell on past grievances. So you can see already that this picture matches with our emotional expressions of the herpes virus. The physical expressions will typically appear on the lips or the corners of the mouth and often will be worse by sun exposure, heat, and obviously emotional disturbances. There's often a cracked picture to this nat mur remedy, so cracked lips, dry mouth, maybe even a craving for salty foods. Rhus Tox is also a really great remedy. This emotional mental picture is more restless and anxious, so definitely feeling better for movement, and you might have a difficulty in relaxing and often feel very agitated. So the cold sores will be expressed by more of a burning, stinging sensation and intense itching. The expression on a physical level will be more red, swollen, with blistered skin and maybe even a little suppuration, and often those symptoms are worse at night. Hepar Sulph is the next remedy that I'll discuss. So these are really painful and sensitive, often with pus formations. There's like an irritability and a sensitive to pain, and often a feeling of being very cold, and the person who needs Hepar will be quite impatient and easily angered. One of the key characteristics of the Hepar picture is that there's a splintering type sensation, so that real sensitivity to touch and cold. These are the ones that rug up from the slightest cold. Apis, as we know, is the honeybee, and of course we're going to have a restless and irritable picture to the emotional state, so they very often have a challenge to stay still and feel very agitated. So these will come more like the swollen red stinging burning sensation that we would see in a bite or a sting from a bee. So there's worst by heat or touch and improved by cold applications and open air. So lots of swelling, lots of redness, lots of burning sensations. Graphites is a slightly different emotional picture. They can often feel anxious but with a slight depression as well, and maybe overwhelm. So difficulty in making decisions, really indecisive. These cold sores are really crusty and oozing and slow to heal, so there'll be a thick sticky discharge from the sore, and the skin really takes a while to come through the other side. Sulphur, which is obviously a classic skin remedy, more extroverted and confident individuals that are prone to a little bit of irritability, but the main key characteristic of that emotional state is that they have difficulty focusing. They often feel really scattered. Now, these expressions are often burning and itching with a sensation of heat in the picture, so there's also that red inflamed itching, and this is characterized worse at nighttime by heat, usually after a bath, and really improved if they stand out in the cool or have cool on the part. Arsenicum we know as the anxious perfectionist individuals who fear to be alone, so they have again a difficulty in relaxing and feel over restless, and the expressions of this would be a burning pain, and there is a tendency to ooze here. They're worse at nighttime and improved by warmth and company, and their burning pain is part of that frequent symptom. Sepia has that periodicity to the symptom picture, so this one will come in before the period or around that cyclical time. Often you see the ovulation and the period have the expressions, and we all know that that emotional aspect of the sepia picture is indifferent, irritable, overwhelmed, emotionally worn down. They're really having a challenge to connect with their loved ones and often can feel really indifferent to them. And Cantharis, as I mentioned, is the tokenary go-to, but it's not always the most effective remedy. Now, this one is characterized by those large blisters that smart, burn intensely. They might often bleed. So that burning pain, again, is the main guiding symptom. And the individuals may have that emotional irritability, restlessness, have trouble becoming calm or agitated. So start with one remedy and see how it goes for that duration of that cold sore. And remember that in homeopathy, acute remedies are given to match the intensity of the symptoms with the appropriate dosing. So the goal is to provide action to stimulate your vital force into knowing what to do quickly and effectively by selecting the right remedy and potency based on the severity and nature of the symptoms. And like always, I like to try and go in if there's recurrent any expression. So in this case, if there's a recurrent herpes, it's nice to be able to go in there and treat constitutionally as well. So this approach helps address the root cause of the condition, allows us to have a good chat about the emotional nature of it, and promotes overall well-being. And we also use the herpes nosode in homeopathy. And this is made from the herpes virus itself. I've got one that has the herpes virus 1 and 2 in it. I've also got the varicella and a number of other nosodes. And these nosodes are used to stimulate the body's immune response and help draw out the virus. So they can be used alongside the constitutional and acute remedies to reduce the severity and frequency of the herpes outbreak. And they work by leaving an energetic imprint in the body, which helps the immune system recognize and respond to viruses more effectively. And remember that all of these remedies are available through my website, either as individual remedies or kits. Head to www.martinerobertson.com.au and go to the shop. And a reminder, if you would like the PDF, please just click PDF down below. And if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you.